Welcome back in here to episode 13 of the Breck and Beitler Show. Today, we're running it back. This is the OG episode that we ran, episode 1. Make sure the mic's rolling. Yeah, we're good. Welcome in Griffin Miller.
How's it going?
Jackson Boltjes.
Hey, what's up?
Different setup. I heard Griffin say it before we got in here. It's like almost yesterday that it was like we were sitting here.
That's
no
crazy.
Video. Just like this table right here with an iPad in the middle of us.
The card table.
The card
table. Couch in different position.
Yeah. But today, it's going to be a very, I wouldn't say deep episode. I mean, I think I might get a little political. It might, we're talking about the Tik Tok ban. We're talking about the wildfires in California, and obviously some football playoff stuff, and get into a draft of the best TikTokers of all time. That's going to be the draft today in honor of TikTok getting banned here on Sunday. But yeah, I just want to jump in here quickly to the TikTok ban, like we said. Anyway, I want to hear you guys' early thoughts on it, and then I'm going to get into some details. But any early thoughts, like early emotions about hearing that app's going to get banned from you guys?
Well, I was kind of shocked at it. I mean, something was going to happen because they were always talking about it being banned shortly. Like, there was always something in the news about it being banned. It was bound to come, but it was like, oh well, there's going to be something new that comes up, and you're going to go onto that app instead. So.
Yeah, I would really prefer if it didn't go away. If we had something by it, I think a lot of us would think the same. It's really changed our lives, especially over the past few years and for COVID. But I guess it is what it is, and like you said, a new app would come along eventually.
Yeah, and adding on to that, like the people that make their living off of TikTok now don't have a thing to make their money. Like, what do you move to now? Because they might not be as popular as. And
it's like you
then.
do have Instagram Reels, whatever, YouTube Shorts, but it's like I'm pretty sure the TikTok payout, I could be mistaken, but is almost better than what Instagram.
I think you're right on that.
And that's there's no Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts without TikTok, right?
Yeah, sure.
But I just want to give some basic details for those of you that are just not well educated in this topic, I guess. Supreme Court, was it Sunday? They went to Supreme Court. Supreme Court talked about it. They decided a ban on January 19th, which is Sunday. There's been a bunch of different things, like Trump saying he wants the Band-Aid to move back before he gets into office so that it won't happen, which I don't think is going to happen. They're not going to move it back. There's been many big people or very rich people like Mr. Beast, Elon Musk, the dude from Shark Tank. I can't think of his name.
Really?
I don't know that. I don't know his name either.
Not Mark Cuban. He's the bald
the other dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But him. I feel like I'm missing one other person, but there's been a lot of people that said they will buy it. But the big thing is that the company that owns, I believe it's ByteDance is what it's called, that owns TikTok from China is not selling it. And basically the reason we're trying to ban it is because information is being stolen on there, or tracked by China and all that kind of stuff. So it's dangerous for people in the U.S. But yeah. I think people are trying to buy it, but it just can't be bought. If it gets bought somehow, if we can find a way to make a deal with somebody that wants to buy it, it will not be banned. But time's running out. And I think it's a mistake for China, as I think it's a very profitable company. But I feel like if they don't get rid of it, they're not getting anything in return. It's either you get rid of the money, or it's either you get money for it, and you return as nothing but money, or you don't give it up for money and you return nothing. Because I think U.S., a lot of people are going to be following our footsteps and getting it banned in other countries, realizing, other countries are going to be like, they're banning it. Big country like U.S., a big using country. I think they're going to follow our footsteps and buy you. And before you know, no one's going to be using TikTok, and ByteDance is going to make any money.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be shocked to see them not selling it. They've had some big offers already.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think no matter what, it's going to be less profitable, which is kind of unfortunate for the company, but I guess it is what it is.
Yeah, like he said, I feel like on Saturday, just the day before it gets banned, there's going to be someone that makes a insane offer for it, and there's going to be big considerations about it.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But you guys might be watching here on Saturday, because we're filming Thursday. It might be dropping on Saturday, Friday, no one watching this. So the stuff could have changed by the time you guys are listening to this. But yeah, anyway, anything else?
No, that's it. Just
but again, yeah, the biggest thing too, the U.S. is the second most we are the second most how should I say this? Our country holds the second most users out of any country, a close second behind Indonesia. I think we're like 16.5% of users, which again, for a percentage wise might not seem like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, that's a lot of people you're losing. And that's what I'm saying. You're losing all those people to begin with. Get rid of the company. I don't know why they don't want to sell it, because that's the thing. We have people that are going to buy it. But the biggest thing is China won't sell it.
I almost wonder if they're waiting for like a really high offer for it.
They're just seeing what they could get.
Yeah. Like really waiting till last minute to really get rid of it.
I personally think it's cooked. Like, I think.
I'm sure it is.
At the same time, have you seen some of the interviews that they've been doing with some business owners and like Chinese representatives? They've been
grilling the guy with like no evidence of anything. It's just like
random questions. It's been.
I've seen those. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Like, I don't really have any examples, but I've seen on social media that some of the interview questions just have nothing to do with the topic at all.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen those too. Yeah.
Now, there's been a lot of people on the Supreme Court that have argued, well, you're taking away the part of free speech, which is part of our like amendments or whatever, our rights, because on TikTok, that's a big, like, I brought it up in the last episode, or 2 episodes ago with Opland and Brooks, about how the election was so influenced by social media. You're taking away a big part of social media, TikToks and Shorts.
37%
that's a big deal.
Was Trump's votes from the youth, and I would find it crazy to see that if you get rid of TikTok, I mean, how does that change like a political standpoint either?
Oh yeah, that could definitely change people's minds.
Now, I know Twitter was huge for the political standpoint.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure.
They got a lot of people just for the following people had on Twitter there.
But I think, I don't know if it's a mistake on our part for banning it. Look, and they said, again, if we can get someone to buy it, which is what we're trying to do, we won't ban TikTok. I think people are going to hate it right now, but if it does get banned from a long-term perspective, maybe, throw like the political state out of the window. Just as a human being in general, I think it's going to be good for the population and just like for the mental health and all that kind of stuff for a long term.
Yeah. But at the same time, you still download the app. I mean,
yeah, I feel like for
it's still
younger
self-control.
people, yeah.
That's true.
You can always delete it. Like, nothing's keeping you
from kids. Parents can put restrictions on the app.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's a little far of a reach, in my opinion.
Well, but again, like we said, the main reason they're getting rid of it is because of China stealing information and tracking people and all that kind of stuff. It is dangerous. It is dangerous.
It is. For sure.
I've just thought of something like, will it be run as well and will it be the same if it gets bought by a different person? Like,
that's a good question.
Like, will it be the same?
So I'm saying, like, if Elon buys it, is it X? Like, is it an X?
Yeah, it's just going to be a freaking...
Because he has SpaceX.
Anything and
X is Twitter now.
Well, and if Mr. Beast buys it, how is that going to change it? Like,
yeah, I would assume...
His target is, like, young people.
Every other scroll, it's like an ad for him.
Yeah. I would say over the few recently, TikTok has gotten worse. I think it's becoming an app that, like, have you guys noticed, though, it's hard to watch a video now scrolling through without, like, someone trying to sell you with the TikTok shop. It's always some sort of sponsor and ad that's thrown into your video that
just out of the blue. Yeah, and you don't even think about it.
At least every other video, at least. And I don't like that.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah.
That's that.
The TikTok shop is a little much.
Too.
Yeah.
Good idea, but it was a little much. I think it was a little.
It's just sheen on TikTok.
Hey, but if we're all being honest, we've all bought something off the item shop.
Oh, for sure.
Can't say I have.
Not surprised.
I've heard a lot of people don't actually have the shop.
How do you not have the shop? Is it not built in?
I don't know. I guess it doesn't come on everyone's phones. I don't know if it's an age restriction thing or what.
But again, yeah, I think, like I said, I think it's a mistake on China's part. I don't know if there's much the U.S. can totally do. I mean, yes, there's pros and cons to getting rid of it, but sometimes the cons just have to outweigh the pros, and we'll see. Like you said, for us, it's only Thursday, and stuff changes every day.
Oh,
remember, we can bring an op in here, but he talked about it, how he posted on a story, like, TikTok's getting banned in 270 days.
Oh, yeah.
But I saw his story about that, and I looked it up online. There was something about saying, yeah,
they tried.
They tried. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe someone brought it up and they got posted on articles. But now that if you try to look it up again, which I've tried, like once TikTok, like nothing about nothing comes up anymore. So I'm pretty sure like it's getting done here on Sunday, as long as something crazy happens. But
yeah.
Last thing I want to say about this before we move on to the fires.
Sure.
Did you? I will throw it up here on the screen because I took a screenshot. Whatever I saw it online, but it said something like. TikTok, once it gets banned, let's say on Sunday, like the app won't remove from your home screen, and I think you can still click into it and like still watch TikTok. But it's gonna be out. It's not gonna be able to download anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what confuses me about this whole thing.
Would you be able to post?
The part. Like that's what I'm saying. I was talking to Sam Ewing just early before this. He said you can't create any more videos. So he wasn't totally for sure on that though.
Well, it could just be then you just see the same videos.
I think it just starts getting very buggy.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Did you guys ever remember Vines?
Yeah,
I talked to you.
You talked to me about it. I mean, I never watched Vines because I wasn't old enough to be watching it.
Yeah. But Vines was kind of the thing, the short clips thing. But that was an app that got removed. But if you had it downloaded, you would still have Vines.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It just slowly.
You just couldn't download it. You just couldn't install it. But yeah, that's the one thing that confuses me about it. Saw an article on it or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, let's jump into the new topic about the California fires. Again, just how we started with the TikTok. I want to get you guys' initial thoughts on it before I jump in. Before I go into my 1 minute and 30-second yap shesh like I did about the TikTok ban.
Well, there was some pretty bad decisions made by the people out there.
100%.
Like the governor deciding to like limit the water usage and whatnot, or like get
Gavin Newsom. This isn't his first rodeo about doing some stuff bad, but we won't get into that.
He wasn't too smart, but and then there was like celebrities gatekeeping the water for themselves, which I thought was crazy.
Interesting. I didn't hear about that.
That's just sad. Yeah.
So yeah, I just think it all could have been avoided. It all pretty much 100%. Could have been avoided.
Yeah, I think it's terrible. I mean, I couldn't imagine my own house burning down with everything in it, and I mean the amount of effort. I mean, even like our parents probably have put into it, like building a house and stuff. Just it's just so hard to think about, you know.
But I want to piggyback off of Jackson. Just a few side notes. First of all, fires in California, you guys know, these are common. I don't understand how you can let a fire like this get this out of control. I do understand the winds and the stuff like that, but this isn't like this has never happened before.
No.
Yeah.
This happens every year, not to this degree, but this could have all been avoided. And this is a mistake, whatever, from the LA government, whatever's going on over there with Gavin Newsom. It's just a mistake. They could have decided to get rid of brush around random dead woods, dead stuff that is super flammable around LA and all that stuff in like I said, in woods. You could have gotten rid of that, but they didn't because they wanted to value stuff like rabbits and other wildlife that utilizes that stuff. Look, I'm not saying wildlife is not important, but when humans have to be prioritized first. Like, for instance, I'm going to take a dog, for example. A dog can't even a dog doesn't even know it's a dog. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that it's a dog. Mm-hmm. You have to value humans first and foremost, no matter what. And they could have gotten rid of the brush. Secondly, not too long ago, they used extra water to filter, and I think maybe I could have this wrong, not specifically, but you guys will understand what I'm trying to say. I think maybe in a lake or whatever, they use some extra water to help preserve some fish and stuff around the area.
They filled a lake trying to just let the fish ecosystem around there grow, and it just didn't turn out well.
And they're like, oh, well, we're running out of water because, there's just too much fire to handle. You could have had enough water if you wouldn't have done that certain thing. And also, first, all this could have been avoided if you got rid of the brush, and also if you just prepared properly in a sense that this is going to happen at some point, at least in a year or two. There's no reason. I don't understand how a fire gets that big in a spot where it happens all the time. And now you see, not many people have died. I think it's only up to like 26.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
But the amount, do you guys know how much estimated it is to repair this whole thing, this operation?
No, but
I'll throw it up on the screen too, because I'll have you guys fact check it. I don't know it is going to be upwards of like $100 billion.
And I'm sure it's going to keep rising.
Man, I can't even fathom. Imagine losing everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy work.
Crazy.
Jeez. I mean, I saw, what was it? The last time there's been something that big of a fire in a community like that is the Great Chicago Fire in like 1892.
Mm-hmm.
And I only know that because I did like a project about it in like 8th grade.
I don't even know if it was that much.
I think this one's even worse because it was so much smaller back then, like the town or whatnot.
And I think they're finally, after 2 weeks, are finally getting control of the fire. But man, I do feel bad for the citizens, but it's hard to feel bad for the city in the whole. Like, it's just hard to feel bad for that area a little because it's like it could have been so prevented.
Me personally, I'm never going to live in LA.
No, I don't know.
No.
I've taken into consideration the weather conditions and the natural disasters and stuff
and just the prices in general.
Exactly.
How many people live there? It's a tough place.
Cost of living there. So
also, I don't remember the reason why, but didn't they cut down on firefighter or fire department or something?
I have no idea.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
I'm not going to necessarily get into that because I don't have my facts straight, but I'm pretty sure they cut down on some fire department and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just tragic. And again, even more sad. I've said this already 6 times, whatever. Even more tragic that it could have been so far prevented.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even be having this talk right now.
No, it could have been prevented. It could have been a small fire to get contained quickly, but it just got out of hand. So.
And again, it's people that we vote into those positions that we think they can do their job, and and again, this isn't Gavin Newsom's first rodeo of stuff that's been controversial and running that country. But unfortunate. I mean, anyway, what are we in here? 17 minutes. Do you guys got any last topics or last remarks on the TikTok ban or even the fire stuff?
Just the fires. I mean, anybody could have made a mistake like that, but if it keeps...
Oh, that's the other thing. Have they figured out who started it? Or I think it was just natural causes.
I think it was natural causes, but I think people have also played a factor in it and causing stuff to escalate like that.
Yeah. Well, again, the brush in the area. You could have just gotten rid of it. Mm-hmm. Take some time to just get rid of the brush, stuff that is flammable in that area. But nope, rabbits are more important than humans, I guess.
Yeah. I've seen something. I don't know if it could be true, maybe not. People have started fires too, just to get insurance claims from it and make money from it because they could just say, "Hey, it got burnt down by the fire. I want my stuff back." So it's goes into that.
There's a little loophole.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with the damage cost, like $100 billion. And who's even going to insure all that, too?
The government will have to pay or do a lot. It'll all come from taxes, I'm sure. I'm not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Who is going to insure all
pay
that?
For all that?
Oh my gosh! Think of the people that have just lost their house. I mean, yeah, devastating, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, pretty much half the city is in shambles. Anyway, what did I have written down? Oh yes. All right, enough with the political talk or the deep talk. Let's get into a little football stuff. Football playoffs. Let's get a little fun and interesting. Let's get a little recap here. I'll let you guys start. Like always, the last 2 topics. Anything you guys want to say here before?
Well, I mean...
Any team surprising you?
Surprising me?
No.
Not really, no. Everything's kind of gone as expected so far.
The only thing that's a shocker is the Vikings. They're never good in the playoffs, but the Vikings lose.
I called it. I feel like
it's sad, but
I did. I promise I said.
No, I agree. I was kind of on your side with that. I wasn't going to be shocked if the Vikings really went out like they did.
But I mean, any team could really lose to that Rams team. And I'm not a Vikings fan, but when that team's healthy, they're good.
Oh, for sure.
They're a good team.
Yeah, I was saying it before the game started. That is a dangerous Rams team in the playoffs.
Yeah, they are.
Especially. And look, I've been talking to some Vikings fans. They're salty, so they disagree with me when I say this. But it's like, dude, you're going up against Matthew Stafford, who's has been there, done that.
He's done it all.
He has
won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Cooper Kupp's won a Super Bowl. The coach, Sean McVay, has been through the ups and downs of the NFL.
One of the
yes,
he has 2
greatest young wide receivers.
Yeah, he has 2 top 20 wide receivers. I mean, Cup's probably borderline 20.
I would say top
and
15,
then
if anything.
Puka's top 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
for sure.
and Kyron Williams.
Yeah, Kyron, he's
Great running
I
back.
love that
But
guy.
here's
He's-
what's scary.
Pretty good defense, too. I mean,
Oh yeah,
their
they
defense is good.
beat
They got
a very good Vikings team, throttled them, and Cooper Kupp did bare minimum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
didn't do
that's what he's
anything.
been doing, but it's like
But that's the scary thing.
Yeah.
You can go to Cooper Kupp. But again, like I was saying, like with the Rams, like they just have been there, done that. They know what it takes to win a Super Bowl. They know what it does. To the Vikings' defense, you have Sam Darnold. That this is his first year of actually doing anything, and
They put too much trust in him. I figured he was going to crumble here eventually.
but I mean they went 14-3. It's
I
like
think
Yeah.
he
they
just kept
lost 3
building on it, though.
games.
I mean,
I just
it
didn't
doesn't
see
help
it.
that he gets sacked. What was it, 9 or
Oh
7
my
times?
gosh, yeah.
That's insane.
But weren't some of those like
A
actually
great
a lot
example of
his
why you can't
fault,
spend all your
though?
money on a QB, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, you got to protect him.
I mean, changing off the Vikings, you wanted the
Oh,
Bucks.
I wanted
you
the Bucks to go
win
far.
so bad.
I think Baker and even Mike Evans
Great,
really
I love
deserved
those
it.
guys.
Really good guys. I mean,
Yeah,
it's sad, but it's good to see Jaden Daniels having some success this season.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's always fun to see a rookie do really well.
Yeah, and the rookie Bucky Irving too. Oh, he's great.
Oh yeah, he was really good.
yeah.
Showing up.
And they got that far without Chris Godwin too.
Oh, getting hurt.
Like with him getting
even,
That
hurt.
is
even
true.
Mike
He
Evans
was
got hurt.
so valuable.
Mike Evans was hurt, and they still were what?
I mean,
they
Mike
finished
Evans
the top
missed
of the
like
seed.
4 games, I think it was, and still finished really high up. Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
it came down to the last
Play of the game, pretty
last
much.
game, but
Yeah, I'll jump into I'm going to go back to the Vikings real quick. Also to their defense, I'm making excuses for them. But once they saw that J.J. McCarthy was out for the year, they were, projected 4 or 5 wins this year?
Oh,
so for them to
yeah.
even be in that position, first of all,
Good for them.
Oh, for
they
sure, yeah.
no one believed him from the start. But anyway,
still a great season.
yeah. But the Commanders, hot take, which Ben Sprecher was saying this isn't a hot take. Apparently a lot of people think this, but give me the Commanders to beat the Lions this week.
Oh heck no.
I don't think so, but I don't hate it.
No, but it's a hot take for a reason.
Yeah,
The Lions are obviously a better team, but if there's one team to take down to upset the Lions like this, it's the Commanders. I just have a feeling. I just have a feeling.
Going into divisional games this week, we've got the Lions and Commanders, and then next up we've got Jackson's Eagles against
the Rams, which is going to be a scary game because
Will be a tough
if they play if they play good, if the Eagles play good, they're a hard team to stop.
Oh, for sure.
But if they play awful, they're the easiest team to beat.
I think it comes down to the defense. That's where I think it comes down to. I think.
Well, you
especially
guys talking about the Eagles game?
Eagles game,
Sorry, I
yeah.
spaced out.
The defense, if they can play well and they stop, Gene stops Puka and Cup, then they can do pretty well and whatnot.
I mean, Saquon, what a year!
Oh yeah, Saquon had 280 on that team.
Oh my god,
He had 280 yards. Was that his? I remember watching that game. He had 2 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh,
2 for
yeah, what was
70
that
yards. I remember that.
I do.
That was a crazy game.
crazy fantasy week.
Yeah, we're big fantasy guys over here.
And then moving up to AFC, we've got Chiefs and Texans. I'm excited for that.
Oh, that's actually a tough matchup, round 1 though for the Chiefs.
It could be.
It
Don't matter.
gets the easiest for them compared to. I mean,
Wait, who do the Bills play?
Bills play the Ravens. That'll be.
That's going to be
That'll be one of the best games of the season, I think.
I saw this video on Josh Allen. He is my MVP after seeing this video. Whatever. There's some crazy stats, but I think when it comes to a voting standpoint about who's going to vote for the MVP, whoever wins this game will win the award.
Of course.
That is true. Personally, I think it should go to Saquon. I mean,
whoa! I don't hate it.
Tell me the last time you saw
hot
a
takes
running
all
back
around.
I
Don't
think,
mind it.
I think it's starting to become the QB of the year award, and I mean, when was the last time you think?
It is the most valuable position on the field.
Oh, for sure.
I love that take. Saquon.
You know,
he ran for what
2000
almost to the record, right?
Almost right.
He would have had
He would have had it
He would have
against
had
his
it.
rival team, but he decided to sit.
The record was set in less games, but Saquon has drastically less snaps compared to him.
Yeah, it's like 100. No, not 100. It's like 50. And that's like
it's high,
2 games,
which is a lot.
You know, if I'm Saquon, it's hard to say. I'm not. I don't want to be a selfish guy, but it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to get that record. You might as well just go and play for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel
He
like
came out and spoke about it though. He wasn't really that worried about it.
He didn't really care for it, to be
Yeah.
honest. He's like, it could have happened, but I'd rather see my team go far than my personal self, and that's just a team player.
Yeah. Anyway, though, with all these hot takes, I hope someone gets triggered listening to this. Hopefully, this deep in, I hope someone is triggered right now with the Commanders take and the Saquon take. I don't mind it, which I still disagree with it, but I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I think you're spreading awareness for how well if Saquon had a year, and I think everyone does know how good of a year he had. I just don't think they know how good it was on a standpoint. Like it was crazy. I don't think people understand how crazy it was. But start with Jackson Super Bowl predictions.
Oh,
Well, I want the matchup and who you think is going to win.
Okay. Well, I'm going to want the Eagles to make
Should we
it.
say our wants and what we actually think is going to happen?
Sure. I mean, I'm going to say who I think is going to win, but yeah.
Well,
my want is the same as my who I think. So.
well, I feel like the Chiefs are going to do it. They're going to make it, and it's either going to be Chiefs-Bills, which I'm going to say it's going to be Chiefs-Bills.
For the Super Bowl, same conference.
My bad.
Those are both AFC.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know. You're going to have to let me think about that because
I would say the notables on the NFC right now are Lions, Eagles,
Yeah.
and then you have Ravens, Bills, Chiefs. Probably.
I'll just go Eagles, Chiefs.
Okay.
That's what I'd like to see again. I want to see that rematch.
That's what I would like to see.
I want to see that rematch.
I agree.
Wait, is that what you'd like to see, or you think both?
That's what I want to see, and that's what I hope is going to happen. But it could go Bills. Bills will beat the Chiefs if they play. Bills will beat the Chiefs if they play, and then could be Lions. Bills Lions could be one.
Only Joe Burrow can.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say it. Lions Bills. That's the Super Bowl, and the Lions are going to win. Lions are going to win it.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard to take the Chiefs out as a Chiefs fan. I mean, you could say it's biased, but at the same time, they are the best team in the league. I mean,
No, they're not.
they have the best record. I mean, you can't deny that. So, in my want, I would want the Chiefs to play the Eagles. I think that'd be very cool because last year we had the rematch against the Niners, and I think it would be cool to play the Eagles again as another rematch. Just cool, just good beef between Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. Now, I think what's going to happen is I think the Lions are going to go. I mean, they've had a phenomenal season. So what I think will happen is the Chiefs and the Lions will play in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Winner? You said Chiefs?
Yeah.
Okay. Before I start, history repeats itself, and you've seen that with the Vikings. And the Chiefs will be winning 5 Super Bowls in a row, whether you guys like it or not.
Oh, I
5?
Sure hope,
5.
I sure hope so.
Holy
5.
kid. Whoa.
We're getting people triggered today. We're getting
All
people
right.
triggered.
I sure hope so. I like that.
They're winning 5 in a row, and then Mahomes is going to hit his peak's over by then. But yeah.
Is it though?
Dude, if he wins 3 in a row this year, you know how statistically impossible that is, by the way? Like, to win 3 Super Bowls in a row?
But did Brady's peak ever end? It never did. He just got...
He slowed down. But
No,
he was
that's what I
always
mean
great.
with
He was always
Mahomes.
great.
He's going to slow down.
I mean, this year he's kind of slowed down to
But
his expectations
anyway,
were so high.
Look at his line. His line is awful. I mean,
For the Chiefs?
we were in such a hard position with wide receivers this year that we couldn't spend any money on protecting Mahomes. We've gotten really lucky on not having a really bad injury.
Luckiest organization in the league. Holy.
Anyway, though, Mahomes
No. Hold on. I need to interrupt.
Yes, they are.
Look at every one of our draft picks in the past.
luckiest
5 drafts.
team in the world.
They're starters.
Give me a
They're
break.
great. We made Rashee Rice look
Give
like
me a
an
break.
absolute all-star.
And you're saying their line was bad? Imagine
Drafted
Rashee
Travis
Rice
Kelce.
with the Eagles O line would be a top 3 running back.
The line doesn't really.
The Eagles O line is one of the best
so
O
that
lines
is
in the
the
league.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
and
with
an
the-
awful O line. We drafted Mahomes, the greatest QB in the league right now. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
we drafted Chris Jones, drafted Travis Kelce, drafted Xavier Worthy.
Okay.
Our draft picks are so good. I mean, you can't deny that.
Or maybe that's just a testament to how they develop.
Yeah. If they develop poorly, then
Andy Reid, a great head coach.
I mean,
One of
here's
us,
the
not
thing.
the best
Yes,
in
your
the league.
GM is
True.
probably amazing with you, but if you're drafting so many of these good guys in a row, you have to start saying you have to start giving credit to
when
who
were the
developed
Chiefs?
them.
When was the last time the Chiefs were a top 10 pick in the draft?
I don't
Exactly.
It's,
I mean,
well,
well, 'cause
they
they keep
always
winning.
have a winning record.
they always
what
have
I'm
a
saying.
winning record.
And
That's just a good organization.
Yeah.
anyway, though, yeah, history repeats itself. And like I said, you've seen that with the Vikings. The Chiefs, okay, I'm not going to necessarily predict it. I know what I just said, but I'm just going to say this. If they win 5 in a row, I'll just say I told you so, okay? And they're winning this year, whether you like it or not. It's going to be Chiefs-Eagles. The Chiefs are going to win by a touchdown, as always. They're going to make it. Just like every game, they go 15-2 this year. They're all right, 15-2?
15-1. Or
They played 17. They played 17 games. Do they not?
They've only lost one. They lost to the Broncos and they lost to
Yeah, they lost 2.
They lost to the Broncos.
Broncos
and
and
the
Oh,
Bills.
yeah, I forgot about the Broncos game, if I'm honest.
He doesn't like to count
Nobody,
the Broncos game.
well,
It counts to the record, but I mean,
Yeah, no.
here's the thing.
guys.
Nobody will ever stop Mahomes in the playoffs unless Joe Burrow's listening right now, which he's not, but Joe Burrow is kind of
I mean,
Mahomes'
it's a
dad.
crazy-
It's always a
I thought-
tough. Whenever he plays Josh Allen, it's always a tough game for him.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see.
But you know what, though? Like, oh, yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to see the Chiefs and Ravens because the Chiefs are going to win. Like that's
That's
and
true.
Yeah, I want to see the Bills and the Chiefs play.
I mean, what's an AFC championship without Chiefs-Bills, man? That's
Oh, yeah.
just an
Perfect.
iconic
Chiefs,
matchup.
Bills, and Bengals. That's
Yeah.
the three.
That's-
I mean,
the three.
you throw the Ravens there too. I mean, those four are.
And look, if Mahomes wins it this year, he is the GOAT. This would have been his 7th or 8th straight AFC Championship appearance. It would be winning the Super Bowl 4 out of the 5. 4 out of the 5. What am I trying to say? If he wins this year, he would have won a Super Bowl 4 times out of the last 5 years. There we go. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, he is. As of right now, he is 6-0 in divisional rounds. That means every time he's made it to the playoffs,
Yeah.
he's been to the AFC Championship.
Which
Yes.
is an insane.
That is
Also,
crazy.
comparing him to Tom Brady, Tom Brady was hurt a little bit at the beginning of his career, but if you match up his seasons compared to Tom Brady's and match up every single important stat, Mahomes is better in literally every single one, and it's not even that close. Mahomes, especially if he wins it this year, but when it's all said and done, he will be the GOAT. But if he wins it this year, it's final. In my eyes, it's final. He is the GOAT. No one has ever three-peated. And the Chiefs, I've seen a TikTok about this dude on First Take, and he's so right, are the most disrespected dynasty, I think, in
Oh, I saw that
sports
too, yeah.
right now.
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that.
And people thought he was
People don't
crazy
give
for
him
saying
credit.
that.
Last year, they said, no chance the Chiefs are winning that. No
Win
chance.
it.
Doesn't matter. If they squeak into the playoffs or go 15-2, they will win the Super Bowl.
They're a
Unless
playoff
Mahomes gets
team.
hurt. Mahomes played, was it last year? He played on a bum ankle. The whole playoffs.
Well, and
And
last year and this year, I mean, he's been playing with a bunch of guys that, I mean, on another
They're
team
not-
would be awful.
Yeah, they'd
I
be-
mean,
and people keep saying, well, they have a great offensive wide receiver core. What was D-Hop without Mahomes before he joined the team?
exactly.
He was decent,
No,
but now he's
no, no,
relevant again.
I mean, well,
D Hop wasn't great.
But
with
before
the Titans.
before Titans. I mean,
Before Titans, yeah. he was-
on the Cardinals and on the Texans, he was amazing. He was arguably the best wide receiver in the league at the time.
He was. He was the best wide receiver in the league. Yeah.
But now he's now he's making an impact again because I think it's Mahomes.
and then he gets to play the Texans this week,
Yeah.
and he'll watch him have like 150 with 2 touchdowns.
And then again, Mahomes wins a championship with the best wide receiver in the league.
I'm hearing-
loses Tyreek Hill, goes ahead and wins it.
Yeah.
I'm hearing
again.
Joe Mixon possibly might be out this week.
I didn't
Really?
know that. I didn't even know that.
Possibly injured. It's not confirmed yet.
I mean, Joe Mixon plays awful against good.
Doesn't
run defenses.
matter. It doesn't matter who
Oh,
they're
he
playing
played-
unless
he
it
had-
Griffin.
he played awesome.
Doesn't matter who they're playing unless it's the Bengals. They will win. Doesn't matter who's on the other side of the ball. Josh Allen, you're phenomenal. If they see him in the AFC Championship, which I think it will be, you're phenomenal. You're probably the MVP, but you're not beating Mahomes.
Oh.
Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl or Jared Goff, or well, even though, no, it's not going to be Jared Goff because I have to stand by my Commanders' take about them beating the Lions. You're not beating him. No one is stopping Mahomes. And you could say, I'm glazing, but I just don't understand when people, it's the truth. It just is a fact. I'm not even a Chiefs fan, by the way.
Yeah,
And I
no,
glaze
yeah.
the crap out of this guy.
what?
And I want the Chiefs to win. I want to see a three-peat. I want to see history. I want to see something that's never been done before in NFL. Even though people don't want to
What
see
is
it.
your team again?
Broncos. Casual. Very casual.
That you are very casual.
You know what? They almost squeaked one out
Those
last
did.
week. They almost
Yeah?
squeaked one out.
No, I mean,
I shouldn't say
It was
almost.
not. The first quarter was first half was almost.
Yeah.
And then it was 31-7.
That first
Yeah.
touchdown still was, I mean,
It was a lucky touchdown.
It was a lucky
42
touchdown.
yards,
just a deep ball.
practically
I mean,
one-hand catch. Another thing with running backs, you were talking about Joe Mixon. Is Monty going to play this week?
Yeah. Oh, I
Is he
forgot
gonna
that
play this week?
He's been back to practice
Yeah, I heard about that.
Well, I
I
think
was
he-
like,
I think he
does he
practiced-
play this week?
yesterday and today.
And I think if they both play, I don't think the Commanders stand a chance.
No, I agree.
So, yeah.
Especially when the Commanders have been practicing for a straight up just Gibbs. I mean, it's gonna be.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, think about you're practicing all week just for Gibbs, and towards the end, Montgomery's coming back. I mean, not looking promising.
You got to practice for everybody on that team. An old lineman will catch a touchdown,
Oh,
and they might not even know it.
Not wrong.
The way Dane Campbell runs that offense.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, what a guy!
Do we want to jump into a draft here?
Let's do it.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
do it.
What do you
In
got
honor
for
of
us today?
TikTok getting banned on Sunday, we will be drafting our favorite TikTokers to ever do it. You guys decide who goes first. As always, I'm last because I make the rules.
I would love to go first. 'Cause
Yeah.
I only know a few.
Let's go in.
Dude, I think
go
I can do
circle.
two. I don't know if I'm.
Well, not a circle.
No.
We go one and then two, right? And I'm
you know
like
what?
Last.
You know what though? Well, yeah, it's a snake draft.
It's a snake.
It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
snake.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm not draft. I just want to make this clear. I'm not drafting for the people today.
Oh,
I'm drafting for me. Okay? I'm drafting for myself. I'm drafting my favorite TikTokers. Because you guys could draft her today, but
Mine's both. I mean,
Charlie D'Amelio, Addison Rae, even though we don't like to admit it, have had a huge impact on the TikTok world, even like Bryce Hall, those type of guys. So maybe even throwing James Charles in there.
Oh, heck no.
No, please do not draft James Charles. No.
Okay, so
No.
do we just get this
I
started?
was trolling.
let's do it.
All right.
let's hear
Well, I'm going to go with the number one overall pick. There's no other choice but it. Joe Ra.
Yeah.
That guy, there's no way it was getting to
There,
you.
there was no way.
There was
gonna get to
no
me.
way it gets to you.
If
because
it
Joe
passed by
Roth.
he's the
Jackson,
greatest.
it was going to me.
I really didn't think you guys, Joe Roth.
I'm not
I
a
always
guy
see it in
for-
a greatest peak of all time? Question mark.
Greatest run of all time. Never has fallen off.
I mean, what even run? Oh, no, I shouldn't. No, no, like in a good way. I mean, he was never irrelevant. He's been since day one. The dude's
just-
been.
And it's
Unique
so good
content.
because you can relate to everything he posts.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah. So funny.
It's the unique, like, relatable things that, like,
And he's kind of like a Christian guy too.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like, you know,
uh-huh.
be doing that kind of stuff on his TikTok pages is great. You know, yeah, exactly. He's a great guy.
All right, well.
Going after that, my pick, I think, is the greatest duo on TikTok of all time. And we're going to the breadbasket.
You guys
His
took
two
of my
favorite
picks,
guys
though.
just off.
There it is. I think they trump, what's her name? The Makeshift Project, like, crazy. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
but-
I'd agree
No,
with
I
that.
totally agree.
I'd agree with that.
But I know you just picked. I'm picking the Makeshift Project next, but they are
Which I think
also
is
great.
valid.
But yeah,
I've just
Yep.
never been a fan of the Makeshift Project.
I've really only seen the breadbasket. I don't really see the makeshift on mine.
no, the Makeshift Project is like they're like the breadbasket, but a little less funny.
Yeah.
But they're like really.
It's more of like...
They're really great guys, and they are funny guys, and they're smart guys, and I like watching their content.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the breadbasket and even Joe Roth are just on different levels.
Yeah.
It's more formal.
Yeah, it is.
All right,
Dude,
well,
it's just hilarious. Like, just the way they can. I've listened to the Breadbasket podcast a little bit too, and just the way they're so funny and witty, and the way they can just like smartly come up with like. How should I say this? They're big sports guys, so like they'll like relate to what they're talking about in a joking way to a sports concept, and they just do it so fast.
Okay.
They're almost like comedians that can come up with a joke, but it makes sense, and they act serious. It's just hilarious. I don't know how to explain it. If you don't know who the Breadbasket is, just look them up. They
you've
like,
seen them before.
Yes.
You've seen them before.
They have seen them before, but you probably just don't know their name. But
Yeah.
you have seen them. Anyway, my first pick, I will be taking the Makeshift Project. Again, they are like mainly, I think, podcasters first, but they are TikTokers at heart.
I'd give them the TikToker. Yeah, for sure.
They're mainstream as TikTok.
With my second pick, I will be taking. Look, you know what? I feel like one of you guys actually might take it, but also you might not. I'll be taking the Pointer Brothers.
Gosh, dang it.
So
Dang,
you were
you got
taking
two duos
it.
there.
Good.
Okay.
Good. There's 3 duos off the board right now.
All right.
Maybe there's a maybe that's a sign.
I've never really followed those duos people. I wasn't even ever thinking about them, but
The side eye thing. I remember their first ever side eye video too. I remember them
Oh,
posting
it's
it,
hilarious.
and then it
I've
just
seen
took
that.
off.
I've
It's
seen
a
that
brand
too.
now.
They're the most relatable, I'd say.
No, Joe Roth is.
No, Joe Roth's
Joe
the most
Roth, and then
relatable.
it's the Pointer Brothers.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like people don't know the Pointer Brothers, dude. They are my number one, by the way. Then it's
No,
Brett
I
Gaskin.
agree.
The Pointer Brothers.
No, I think overall, no. But in my opinion, I agree.
What about their handshake videos?
Yeah, those are funny.
Those are hilarious.
Me and Griffin always got the inside joke of like they're dirty at it.
Oh my gosh.
They're dirty.
It's hilarious.
That's a good
No. It's this. It's like I'm gross.
I'm gross at getting a hot dog at the turn.
It's
No,
hilarious.
and like the putting on you stuff videos are like, oh, you turn on the light. Don't forget you put you onto that. Don't.
That's a good one. Yeah.
No, what about have you seen these are like older videos too. They have done some where it's like there's no talking in it, but it's like show me how to call someone, and then like one dude would just like, how should I say this? No, you know what? No, I'm sorry. I'm done talking about it.
All good.
It's like someone tries to imitate someone calling a phone in like 2025, and then the other person like imitates someone calling a phone in like 1965. I don't know. They were.
To be honest, I've never seen that. But
Sorry, that was actually kind of awkward.
Random poll, but okay.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, let's just move on. I apologize, listeners. Sorry.
I don't think you guys are going to take this guy, but I think he's a little bit of a sleeper, kind of forgotten recently. Joe Bartolozzi.
Oh my God! That's what I was
Wow.
gonna
Who
take
is
next. You don't know who that is?
that?
Joe.
That's like the
Look him up.
grandfather of TikTok.
I got you.
Oh my God!
He is.
See, now I've got to think of my next.
He's
thing
legendary.
now.
Joe Bartolozzi.
Joe Bart. Oh my God.
I got you a picture.
Joe Bart.
No.
How do you want me to put that in when I put in the
Bro,
poll?
just putting Joe Bart and
Joe
some
Bart,
people know what that is.
You ever seen this guy?
You've never
You are
seen this
crazy.
Hold on, I need to check if the camera's running. Yeah.
guy? Dude,
That's crazy.
That was the first guy I ever followed on TikTok. Was Joe. It was great. So now I don't know who I'm gonna pick.
I have no idea who I'm going to my 3 spot, by the way.
God, I don't even know
No
either.
clue.
I can already tell my draft screwed after that because I don't even know. What to
I have
pick.
a sneaky little guy. I think I could
Of
take.
course you do.
You gonna put the mic by your mouth?
I could. I'm always thinking though,
Oh gosh, dude.
man. I was gonna get both Joes. Shoot. I'll just take the most followed guy, Cobby Lame, or is he even the most followed?
Oh, forgot about.
I'll give it
him.
to you.
I'll take him because I don't even. That could have been my last pick, and nobody would have taken him.
You have 2 in a row now.
Oh, I do have 2.
Yeah.
Just for the fun, I'm doing the Costco guys. I don't
Ooh,
care. I'm
I
doing the
did-
Costco
AJ
guys.
and
I'm
Big
doing the
Justice?
Costco guys.
Wait, is that who we're doing? AJ and Big Justice?
I like that.
Does the Rizzler have a second account? Because if I can just do I'll just do the Costco verse. Why not?
Isn't the Rizzler and AJ and Big Justice
Yeah,
two
they're
different people?
the Costco guys.
It's two
So
different
I'll do
people.
it.
Yeah, it's two different programs. I think I'm not gonna pick the Rizzler. I'll give it to you in that.
He's in their
package.
video, so it counts. I'm just gonna.
Now, not really a guy that like gets too much credit, but he gets credit when it's due, and that's Zacharific.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to look
Hey,
him up. I'm gonna have
hey,
to look him
You'll
up.
know when you see
I want
him.
to
I'm
dab you
gonna
up.
have to look him
That's yeah.
It's
You're creating a
he's
dream.
he's an underdog. He is an
What
underdog.
a guy.
I would have never thought of him. He's
Oh my
so
gosh.
good.
Zacharific.
He's the most nonchalant guy I
you
know.
won this one. You've won this one.
It's crazy.
Jesus.
Oh shoot! I just shot $100,000. Wow, so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh man, so embarrassing.
Oh, Sydney Sweeney's calling me. I was just
Give me a second. I gotta take this
Yeah,
call.
sorry, embarrassing. Oh man. And he just like got on the scene quickly.
Oh, he did.
He made
came out of
himself
nowhere.
relevant.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
made himself relevant. No one did it to
100%.
him.
And again, I know I've said I always listen to these podcasts, but Jake Paul said it once too. He's like he manifested his way to being up to the top. He was like trolling that he had all this money, and now he actually does have that money. Now with the content he makes is actually probably true, because he's been in videos with Sydney
Close,
Sweeney now.
probably close, yeah.
He's been with Brecky Hill or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Too funny, dude. Too funny.
Yeah. All right. Last pick of the draft.
I wish I had my phone on me, but I'm filming, so I can check who I'm following. No clue who I'm going to here.
And while you're thinking, we can go over our three. So Jackson's got
Joe Roth.
Cobby
Lame and the Costco guys.
Costco guys.
I know that one ain't winning, but hey,
I've got the breadbasket.
Joe
Bartolozzi and Zach Griffin.
That just blows mine out of the water.
Brecken has
I already lost.
the Makeshift Project.
You won.
Brecken has two
You won.
duos.
Griffin, you won.
Pointer Bros.
You won. Hey, I will. Pointer Brothers are my favorite. Like,
I agree.
It is so good, so funny. I have every single video on there. I've liked every single one, or about in the last probably year or so.
Jeez.
I've never seen something like that, but okay. You go into Brecken's likes, it's just it's just the one poster.
No, I don't even really like the Rizzler. Like, I don't.
Really?
That's
See, me personally,
take
I
of
like
all
him more than
time.
Costco guys, but the Costco guys are more iconic.
No,
Yeah.
I like the Rizzler. Okay, no, I should put that. I don't like AJ and Big Justice. They're so corny. I hate it. I hate corny guys. Be funny. They're not funny.
I think
They
they
got
are.
5 big boobs. Okay, yeah, that's corny, but think of all the
so
memes
corny.
that created.
No, it's funny because of how corny it is. It makes
It's so
it
funny.
makes
Oh,
jokes.
I think it makes me cringe every single time. And that the fact that it's like a 60-year-old dude doing it with his little son, it's like, and also too, by the time
You gotta pay the bill somehow.
the
You gotta
dude's
pay
gonna
the bill somehow.
in a year or two, the little guy's gonna be grown up. He's gonna be like 14 years old.
He's still doing the big booms.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Still giving them.
It's gonna be. I can't think of anyone, so I'm gonna have to take the Rizzler. I mean, he's popular. He's been, I just feel like the makeshift. Yeah, I'll just take the Rizzler.
Who would have you taken right there?
So my honorable mention. Oh, who was it? I just had it in my head.
Yeah, I want to hear some good TikTokers because I don't feel satisfied with
Oh, I
that
had an
one.
honorable mention. You gotta be kidding me.
I'm so disappointed I didn't get Joe Rock.
I just
over
have
Breadbasket.
I follow people that are like just so under the radar funny.
Zach
Like, here,
Terrific, dude.
Let me go to
Pick of the draft at the
that is
3.
that's the pick
in the
of draft.
third round.
Who do I follow? Let me see. What's his name?
You might get 100%. You won't get 100% vote because there'll be people that glaze kids, but someone will vote for me or Jackson.
Like I don't know how to even pronounce his name. It's like Laundry Grandstaff. Bro, this guy, I love this guy.
Let me see.
Never seen him.
Oh yeah. Just not very.
He's
not
not
very
relevant,
popular
but
guy.
he's funny.
No, there's some other funny guys. I
just had an honorable mention.
there's some baseball guys that are like hilarious. They do some meme stuff. Like I can't even really think of their names, but one dude that used to play at Kentucky, he's like the okay. How should I explain this? This dude I'm talking about, he used to play at Kentucky. I can't even think of his name. If I saw his name, I would absolutely know it is. He's basically the Joe Roth of baseball content. Like he does this crazy relatable stuff, and and people in his comments like, bro's on a Joe Roth type of run. Like he's getting popular. So
So my honorable mention. You guys might think this is controversial, but Los Pollos.
don't know him.
Bro.
Don't know him.
Los Pollos?
He is hilarious. Him
That
and his
guy's
dad.
so funny.
Him and his dad are hilarious. You would know him if you saw him.
Dude, I gotta watch one of his videos.
Oh,
'cause he
his
is
older
so
videos
funny.
are amazing.
Who are the people? Isn't it his dad and his son? They just like react to videos. They're
This
like
guy.
both big guys.
Yeah.
Yes, them.
Yes,
yeah,
that's them.
yeah. Okay, so I do know.
And
who
they
are.
started the
Yeah.
beef with the Costco guys.
And then,
Yeah.
and then they all got together.
Hilarious.
And then they
And
all
then they
got
went
together. It was
together.
amazing.
Oh, who's the one dude that does the geo-guessing? I should have taken him.
Bro, what?
What?
Geoguessing?
No, look up the
Geoguesser TikTok?
Yeah, GeoGuessr TikTok.
What?
No one on this podcast have heard of him.
Yes, they have.
Geoguesser guy.
Well, let me see him.
This guy? Bro, who's this guy?
Yes, dude,
this guy?
he's insane. What's his
Okay,
name? Let me see.
I've seen him, but he's not worthy for a top 3 spot.
Rainbow.
Bro.
These are Ontario-specific traffic codes.
He's
I mean, that's impressive, like crazy impressive, but that's not TikTok.
No, I am interested on those. It's crazy. You'll see a blur of a sky and say, "Yep, this is Ireland." How
It
do
is
you know
crazy.
that? And then they won't even show up on the map on a location. He'll like zoom in 5 times, and then some little tiny island shows up, and he gets it right. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that concludes the draft. We'll go over. Jackson took Joe Roth, Cobby Lame, AJ and Big Justice. Griffin took the breadbasket. Joe Bartolozzo. I can't even believe I don't know him. Please.
That's
find me.
insane. He has
That
like
is
22 million.
Yeah,
followers.
he's popular. Zacharific, and then I took the makeshift project, tongue twister there, the Pointer Brothers, and the Rizzler. Put on Instagram, they'll vote. I don't see any way we stop Griffin.
I think I'm going to even vote for Griffin because that's an insane. Those are insane.
I'll still be voting. You know what? I get 2 votes from my account, from my podcast account and my main account, but one of them will be for you, by the way, because it's deservable.
Preach.
The Zacharific one in the 3rd round is wild. But
I know we could catch him as a sleeper.
anything else you guys want to talk about here? Otherwise, I can conclude it.
No, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
All right, we're at 50 minutes. Great length, perfect timing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to check out TikTok while it's still around for this final day if you're still listening. Please check out Instagram. If you're joining us on Spotify, please check out the YouTube. And if you're joining us on YouTube, please check out Spotify and Amazon Music. And again, if you guys are listening this far, you guys are real ones. Thank you, Griffin.
Of course.
Jackson.
Yeah, anytime.
And with that, Breckenbeitler out.